Hey, my name is Chris Hudson. I'm with Drevna Physical Therapy and 40s Health and Performance Center. I've had the opportunity to treat a lot of local runners here in the area, and they've all had some questions and concerns concerning their running shoes, and I wanted to share some of that information with you. First and foremost, with any running shoe that you've been running in, rule number one is basically if you've been running healthy, which means no injuries, then don't change anything. If you can find a pair of shoes that you've been running in and you've been successful and stayed healthy without injury, keep them. So rule number two would be to tie and untie your shoes. What typically happens when people do go out for a run, they just slip their shoes on, and then for their next run, they'll just slide their shoe back on, not untying their shoes and then lacing them back up. And what happens as a result is the shoe is too loose, and your foot has too much room inside the shoe, and it's not giving you any stability that the shoe does provide. So it's kind of like wearing a belt. If you need a belt to hold your pants up, it's kind of like wearing a belt that's too loose for your pants. So there's a lot of extra play and potential for your foot to have injury because you don't have the stability of the shoe helping you during your run. The other aspect, or the other important reason to untie your shoe when you're done and then tie it back up nice and tight before your next run is because when people place their heel into the shoe, this piece right here gets crunched down, and what it does, it breaks down this piece right here, which is called the heel counter, and this is a reinforced material in here to provide a lot of stability to the rear foot. But if you're jamming your heel down into the shoe, it's going to cause stress fractures in this area, and your running shoes won't last as long, and again you're more at risk of injuring your foot or your lower leg in particular too. Alright, so the next part is rule number three. And that one's a pretty simple rule. That rule is just to wear your running shoes while you're running, and that's it. What happens as a result, each time you go out for a run, this piece right in here, all along the whole bottom side here, gets crunched. So then by the next time you go run, and typically it takes about 48 hours, this piece kind of expands again. But if you continually wear your running shoes to run and walk throughout the day, you're just constantly crushing this piece. It's getting thinner and thinner, and then you don't get some of the benefit out of all this cushion that you need when you go out for one of your runs. And the last but not least, a lot of runners have asked me, well, when is it time to change my running shoe? And there's a lot of information out there that says, well, change them between 300 and 500 miles. But a more customized way to do that is what you do is look for signs. So see, this piece right here should be gray. That was the original color on the bottom of this shoe. As you can see over here, there was kind of an indentation right here in this area, but this is all rubbed smooth now. And then another telltale sign too is you can see right up here on the lip, the top, this original color is worn through. So once you start seeing those signs, it's time to start thinking about a new pair of running shoes, and especially if you start to notice that you don't recover from one run to the next, and your joints and some of your muscles seem a little bit more achy. There are a lot of variables that go into how the shoe is worn. Some people prefer to run on roads. Some people stick to running on trails or fields or the track. People who run on the roads are typically going to break down their shoes a little quicker. Gait pattern is also influencing how quickly the shoe is worn out. You could have another runner who is 120 pounds and then have another runner who is 180 pounds, and that's also going to influence how the shoe is also worn. So if you're a runner and you've been having some nagging injuries and you don't seem to be able to get over the hump yourself, you can give me a call at our Drevna location, which is over in North Point. or our 40th location, which is over near Wolf's Furniture, and I'll do my best to help get you running healthy. See ya.